Alright, y'all. Let me move this down here. Alright, so what's up, man? A lot of things have been happening since my last video. So let me record what's been happening. So I decided not to deal with franchises right now because I got a glare in here, but it's all good. I'm not going to deal with franchises right now because I don't have the time. I don't have all the money together right now, and I don't want to work for nobody. You'll be working for them, and I ain't got time for that. I started Stay Cool with Rob because I ain't want people really telling me what to do, what kind of cars to do. I do what I want now, you know, basically. We've been in the game for 5 years now, so I put in the time and the work to pretty much call my own shots and what I want to do. But yeah, so I'm not dealing with the franchises right now. I'm going to focus on Stay Cool with Rob and take that to the next level. Meaning that I just went to class for my NC HVAC license. So I got my mentor the paperwork so he could sign off my 4,000 hours. Is it 2,000? I think it's 2,000. But regardless, he's gonna sign that off, so I'll have that, and then all I gotta do then is sign up for the test. So I'm studying the books. That's the most important thing right now, is learning them books, man. That's what I got from class. Learn what's in them books so you know how to look it up now and later, because you're not gonna remember all that information on it. I don't got no water, do I? I need to stop and get some. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing now. My truck got robbed over the weekend, or actually the day before I went to class, because I had to go to Raleigh. And come to find out, I left my van open one time, and that one time they took my vacuum pump, they took like 3 gauges, and my thermal imaging camera. But the thermal imaging camera was kind of breaking anyways, because when you turn it on, it would turn off on its own, even when it had some charge to it. So it was time for me to get another one anyways. I had it for like 2-3 years, but yeah, they took that. They took a battery charger and my tool bag, and that had a come on, man, you get in front to stop, you bitch ass nigga. I could have went, man. My bad, y'all. That's the type of shit I'm talking about, man. I shouldn't even let this nigga in, man. I could have went. But, man, it'd be like that running out here in the streets, man. But, I'm gonna pass this dude, though. I ain't got time for this. But, yeah, man, so they took that stuff. So, they took my torches, my torch set. So, yeah, that sucked. But I got a new one back there, though. I got a new torch set. I got a new imaging camera coming. I got a new tool bag coming. I need to replace some tools. I had an extra meter. Oh, they took my my DeWalt drill. I had an extra one of those too, so I got one of those. And they took my motherfucking DeWalt Sawzall. Fuckers, man. So yeah, they got me. But it's all good. You know, I'm coming back. I'm coming back. They didn't take my skills though, so I'm out here working, man. I might have to raise up my prices just a little bit, but it's all good. I work with some commercial customers, so, and I was thinking of backing out of that a little bit because it's a lot right now, man. I got a lot of residentials that I'm doing because of this one company I'm working with, and right now between working with that one company and studying for my test is enough, man. But I'm gonna keep the commercial people going because it's always money coming in. You know, I was telling, man, I'll be thinking every day, man, I'm thankful, you know, not only because I got another chance another day to live, but also because I got jobs to do every day. I mean, some days it'd be slow, but I take that. You know, I take that and I relax because I know I got some, you know, I hope, but I know I got some more calls coming up. So I'm trying to speed up now, bro, because I could have went, man. Yo, bitch. My bad, y'all. But yeah, other than that, y'all, I'm moving forward, man. That ain't gonna stop me though, man. You know, it ain't gonna hold me back. It ain't gonna stop me. It's just gonna keep me pushing. You know, make me push harder now. So now I'm really gonna be in this book. So as soon as I do these couple calls I got today, I'm gonna go home, get in them books, and learn, man. That's all I'm gonna do. Just learn where this information at. Go through my practice test. Learn where the books is, which question go to which book, because he already told us how to pass it. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then after that, my next goal is to get my general contractor's license. Because he said it's easy to pass. So I'm gonna do that next. So that's on my goal list next. Because last year I said I was gonna get my finance. That's my year of my finances. Get my finances together, and I did. I found me last year I found me a high interest savings account. I use Millie. They got 5.5% right now on your money. So I got, you know, bulk of my money in there, and I also put my money in the stocks. I also got some money in the stocks, man, because I said this is the year I'm gonna get my finances together. So that's what I did. I learned about the stocks. You know, I started out with Robinhood. I still got Robinhood because it's the easiest one for me, even though they say it's like a game type app. But it's easier for me to understand and see what my money is doing than them real apps like Fidelity. I got Fidelity too, but that's more like complicated to read, man, and see where your money at and see how much you're making. So I like Robinhood. So I've been using Robinhood for the bulk of my trading. But yep. So I got into that. So this year I'm gonna do some more finance, you know, learn about some more finances. And also though, my license. I'm gonna get my licenses. This year is gonna be my licenses. 2024 is gonna be my licenses. Get my licenses straight for North Carolina. And then I'll move on to South Carolina, and then maybe New York. But that's neither here nor there right now because I'm in North Carolina, so I'm gonna focus on North Carolina and South Carolina because that's where I get most of my money from. So yeah, I'm going in, man, and I'm going hard because, you know, I'm not playing with this. I'm into this. I'm not going to go down another road right now. I'm not going to go into trucking, none of that other crazy stuff that I see out there on YouTube. Because I'm always looking, man. I'm always looking for the next thing to push me forward, push my family forward. Because I ain't had nobody to teach me this stuff, yo. So I'm learning this on my own, and I'm teaching it to my sons. You feel me? Because I ain't had no dad to teach me this shit, man. And if I did, he probably wouldn't have taught me this shit. Because he's from Buffalo, and Buffalo mindset is different, you know? Yeah, they say it's slower in the South than New York, but that's good because you can think through things more, you know what I mean? Up in New York, it's go, go, go. Oh, I got to get this opportunity. I can't think about it. It fails. Oh, I'll go get the next opportunity. I think about it. You know what I mean? So down here, you get to think. You get to get your mind right. And you get to focus, man. And that's the most important thing because I got to focus when I came down here. You know, everybody be like, it's slow. But that's good, man, for me because my mind always be moving, man. I'm always trying to do the next thing, but I got to stay focused on what I'm doing now. And that's learning these books. Because I'm going to pass this test on the first time. He said the second time it'll be harder, the third time it'll be harder. Because they got to go into the database of questions. If you fail it the first time, then the second time they got to go into the database of questions, and it's going to get harder. So he said the best time to pass it is the first time. So I'm going to study these books, man. I already got my paperwork in process to get straight. So once I get that, I'm going to sign up for my test, and I'm going to go in, man, and pass that joint. like I did my GED, like I did the refrigeration license. You know? Yep. That's what I'm doing. Forget going down these other roads right now. Let me get this joint established, get some workers to start making some money so this engine can start running. You know what I mean? Once that engine runs, all you gotta do is keep it gassed up and it's gone. Unless you got some problems. I mean, like anything, you're gonna have problems. You're gonna have to fix it. Replace a part. You know, clean something. Clean the sensor. Whatever, but yeah, man, I'm gonna make this work, and I ain't looking back, y'all. Cause my wife, she got my back. She had my back since day one. I mean, when I had, back in the day when I was in Buffalo and I had my pizza delivery job, she used to come out with me on deliveries. You know what I mean? Wait in the car for me while I'm in there waiting for my next call and shit. Yo, my wife was there with me in the beginning, man. That's why I married her, man, and stayed with her. You know, I gave it my all. You know, I changed myself, man, because I had to stay, keep it together. I had to keep this family together because I wasn't going to be like everybody else that was around me, man. Having baby mamas, because that caused drama. Where you think they got baby mama drama from? I ain't trying to have that, man. I seen my people going through it, you know? 2, 3 different baby mamas. They doing this, fighting. They won't let them see his baby. What? Like, I ain't had time for that. So once I had my first kid, I settled down. I was like, yo, let me get this right because that's what's right. You know? I'm not going to do what everybody else is doing in Buffalo, having a kid and not making it work out with the wife, or I say the wife, but the baby mama. And you go to the next one. Now you got another one and another one. And I just didn't want that drama, man. That was just less, you know, child support. I seen my people going through that. Like, yo, I don't want nobody garnishing my checks. And then I don't want to go to jail because I ain't paying it. Like, nah. Just stay in the family, stay in, and I'll take care of you. Plain and simple. I'll take care of my own son. You know? I tried to stay away from welfare as much as I could, but when I had them kids, I had 3 kids growing up in the 2000s. So yeah, I was on welfare for a couple times, but then I got off of it because I got me some jobs because I couldn't stay on it. They don't give you much to survive. You know, I had SSI. They don't give you much to survive, so I had to get off of it. The only thing I kept was Section 8. When I came, I had Section 8 because it's a long story with my mom and my stepsister, or not my stepsister, but my half-sister. But I ended up getting Section 8, and I took it down to North Carolina, and I never looked back, man, because I got on the family self-sufficiency, man. If you on Section 8, you look up the family self-sufficiency. That's how I got my house. And my schooling for the HVAC. They pay for that. They pay for my tools. And I'm talking about $2,000 worth of tools. So I had a lot of tools when I was going through class. And, you know, I tried to start my business as soon as I got out of class, and I didn't have enough skills. So I went to work, you know, for about 5 years, maybe 5, 6 years. I went to work, and then about 10, because I was on and off different other things like maintenance, but I would still do AC though, and appliances, and that's another thing. I do appliances as well. So I got a lot of things that I'm already doing, so, and I don't really need to add no more, really, because I'm only one man, and my wife, you know, she handling her side, so I can't have too much things on our plate. That's when you start letting things fall off. So let me focus on the things that I can do, the things that I can perfect. And I'm going to make this work, you know, because this is what I do now, HVAC and appliances. So, yep. So I'm going in, and I'm going to go hard. But that's what I'm doing, man. You know, I got a couple setbacks, but everybody has setbacks in life. You know what I mean? You just gotta focus, and you gotta keep it going and not fail, man. But when you give up, you fail. Hold on, let me see who this is. Hello? My bad, that was my wife. Good, I was probably talking about BS. But yeah, that's where I'm at. And yeah, man, I gotta get my mind right. So I'm about to stop the video, man, so I can listen to some Jim Rohn and just get my fire started, man, so I can get this day started. I can have a successful day, so that can lead into a successful week, and then add those weeks up into a successful month, and all at the end of the day, I'm gonna have a successful year. So I'll get back with y'all though. Let me get my mind right and start feeding my mind the proper stuff, man, so I can move and get my goals together. All right, peace.
It's a way of life. Imagine for a moment a world where everyone exercised perfect self-discipline. Picture people following through on every promise they made to themselves. Imagine the achievements, the transformations. Now I know what you're thinking. That world sounds ideal, perhaps too good to be true. But here's the secret. That world begins with you. It starts the moment you decide to take control of your life. You see, self-discipline is about taking responsibility. It's about making choices, not excuses. It's about saying no to the things that harm us and yes to the things that help us grow. It's about making a commitment to yourself and keeping it. It's easy to be disciplined when someone is watching, but true self-discipline is what you do when no one is looking. It's the choices you make in those quiet, unseen moments that truly define who you are. Now, talk about the rewards of self-discipline. It's not just about getting things done. It's about the peace of mind that comes with knowing you're in control of your actions. It's the pride that comes from looking back at your day and realizing you did what you set out to do. It's the confidence that grows every time you keep a promise to yourself. This confidence, my friends, is priceless. It spills over into every aspect of your life, lighting it up like the morning sun. Not forget, self-discipline is also a challenge. It's a muscle that needs constant exercise. And just like any muscle, it can tire. It can feel strained, but that's just a sign that it's growing stronger. Each time you push through the temptation to give up, you're not just moving one step closer to your goal. You're also building your self-discipline muscle. You're teaching yourself that you can do hard things, that you can overcome challenges. And this in itself is a victory. Think about the last time you really pushed yourself, when you went beyond your comfort zone. Maybe it was working on a project late into the night, or perhaps it was saying no to a temptation that would have derailed your progress. How did you feel afterwards? Exhausted, maybe, but also exhilarated, right? That feeling, that's the power of self-discipline. Self-discipline also means being able to delay gratification. It's about seeing the bigger picture, understanding that the pain of discipline now is nothing compared to the pain of regret later. It's about choosing long-term satisfaction over short-term comfort. This is where many falter, mistaking the easy road for the right road, but not you. You're here because you're ready to choose the right road, no matter how challenging it may be. Remember, self-discipline doesn't mean living a life of restriction. It means living a life of balance. It's about knowing when to work hard and when to rest, when to push yourself and when to recharge. It's about listening to your body, your mind, and your heart. It's about harmony. When you master self-discipline, you're not just mastering a skill, you're mastering life itself. And be clear, mastering self-discipline doesn't mean you'll never fail or falter. We're all human after all. It's about how you respond to those failures. Do you let them defeat you, or do you use them as stepping stones to greater greater success. Every setback, every obstacle is an opportunity to practice self-discipline, to get back up, dust yourself off, and move forward with even more determination. So, as we journey forward, let's embrace the power of self-discipline. Understand that it's the key to unlocking our full potential. It's the tool we need to carve out the life we dream of. It's the bridge between where we are and where we want to be. With self-discipline, there's nothing we can't achieve. No dream too big, no goal too distant. As we wrap up this part of our discussion, I want you to hold on to the idea that self-discipline is your ally, your strength, and your guide. It's the light that leads you through the darkness, the force that pushes you when the road gets tough. Embrace it, nurture it, and watch as it transforms your life in ways you never imagined. Let's continue this journey with the determination to strengthen our self-discipline day by day, choice by choice. Together, we can make the impossible possible. Let's turn our focus to a challenge that many of us face. The twin hurdles of procrastination and laziness. These are not just mere inconveniences. They are the thieves of time, the enemies of progress. They sneak up on us, whispering sweet lies of later, and in some days. But let me tell you, later's a dream killer, and someday is a thief of potential. Procrastination and laziness, they're like quicksand. The more we give in, the deeper we sink, and the harder it becomes to pull ourselves out. Think about it. How often have we said, I'll start tomorrow, only to find that tomorrow brings its own set of excuses? It's a cycle, a dangerous loop that spins us around and keeps us from moving forward. But here's the good news. Just as we can fall into the cycle, we can also break free from it. The key, action, immediate, deliberate action. It's the antidote to procrastination, the enemy of laziness. Now, I know what you're thinking, but it's hard to start. And you're right, it is hard. Starting is often the hardest part. But remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. It's about taking that first small step. It doesn't have to be a leap, just a step. The magic lies in the momentum you create once you start. It's like pushing a car. The initial push takes all your might, but once it starts rolling, it gets easier. So, how do we start? First, by setting clear, achievable goals. Goals that excite us, that ignite a fire within us. When your goal is clear, your focus sharpens, and procrastination loses its power. Then, break these goals into smaller tasks. Tasks so small that it seems almost ridiculous not to do them. It's about tricking the mind, making the task seem so easy, so doable, that procrastination has no room to creep in. And what about laziness? Laziness thrives in the absence of a compelling why. You need a why that's so powerful, so compelling, that it pulls you out of the comfort of inaction. Your why should be like a beacon, guiding you through the fog of laziness, reminding you of the bigger picture, the reason you're doing what you're doing. But remember, it's not just about the external goals. It's also about respecting yourself. Every time you overcome procrastination, every time you choose action over inaction, you're building self-respect. You're telling yourself, I am worth the effort. My dreams are worth the effort. And believe me, there's no feeling quite like looking in the mirror and knowing you've kept a promise to yourself. That's the kind of self-respect that builds empires, that changes lives. Also, talk about our environment. It plays a crucial role in overcoming procrastination and laziness. Surround yourself with reminders of your goals, with people who inspire you to act. Create an environment that encourages productivity, one that makes it easier to start and harder to quit. Remember, our surroundings often shape our actions. Make yours a breeding ground for success. And not forget the power of routine. A solid, well-structured routine can be a fortress against the onslaught of procrastination and laziness. When you have a routine, you don't need to waste energy deciding what to do next. It's already laid out for you. This frees up mental space for creativity, for productivity. Now, overcoming these challenges is not just about brute force. It's also about understanding the root cause. Ask yourself, why am I procrastinating? What am I avoiding? Often, procrastination is a symptom of fear. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of stepping out of our comfort zone. Address these fears, confront them, and you'll find that procrastination loses its grip on you. And in those moments when you do fall prey to procrastination or laziness, don't be too hard on yourself. Remember, we're all human. The key is not to dwell in that space. Acknowledge it, learn from it, and then step back into action with renewed vigor. Celebrate your victories, no matter how small. Every task completed, every moment of laziness overcome is a victory. Celebrate these, cherish them. They are the stepping stones to greater successes. It becomes clear that the building blocks of success are often the smallest ones. I'm talking about habits. Yes, habits. Those little routines, those daily acts that we do almost without thinking. They might seem insignificant on their own, but cumulatively, they hold the power to transform our lives. This is where personal growth either blossoms or withers. You see, habits are like the threads in a tapestry. Each thread might seem inconsequential, but together they create a picture of our lives. The quality of our habits determines the quality of that picture. Good habits lead to a life of strength and beauty, while bad habits lead to a life that, like a poorly woven tapestry, can easily come undone. Think about this. How many of our days are spent on autopilot? We wake up, go through our routines, and before we know it, the day is gone. Now imagine if those routines, those habits, were all designed to propel you towards your goals. That's the power of intentional habit formation. But how do we form good habits? It starts with awareness. You must first become a keen observer of your own life. Ask yourself, what are my current habits? Are they serving me or holding me back? This level of self-awareness is the first step towards meaningful change. Once you've identified the habits you need to change, it's about starting small. Too often, we try to overhaul our lives overnight. That's like trying to lift a weight too heavy for us. It's unsustainable. Instead, start with small, manageable changes. Want to exercise more? Start with a 10-minute walk each day, not an hour at the gym. Small successes build momentum, and momentum leads to bigger successes. But forming new habits isn't just about doing. It's also about unlearning. It's about breaking the chains of old, unproductive habits. This is where discipline comes in. The same discipline we talked about earlier. It's about making choices that align with your new goals, even when it's uncomfortable. Remember, comfort is often the enemy of growth. And speaking of growth, let's not forget the role of consistency. Consistency is the secret ingredient in habit formation. It's not what we do once in a while that shapes our lives, but what we do consistently. This might mean making small sacrifices, like waking up earlier or turning off the TV to focus on a project. These sacrifices might seem significant in the moment, but in the grand scheme of things, they're the price of success. Now, forming new habits is not just a solo journey. Surround yourself with people who embody the habits you want to adopt. We are, after all, social creatures, and we're heavily influenced by those around us. If you're surrounded by discipline-focused individuals, it's much easier to adopt those traits yourself. And remember, habits don't just impact our actions. They shape up. Every time you practice a good habit, you're not just getting closer to your goal. You're also telling yourself, this is who I am. You're building an identity as someone who takes action, who values discipline, who strives for excellence. This identity becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, propelling you. But be honest, change is hard. Old habits die hard, they say. There will be days when you'll falter, when the old ways will beckon. In those moments, it's crucial to remember why you started. Reflect on your goals, your dreams, your vision for your life. Remind yourself that every habit, no matter how small, is a step towards that vision. And when you do slip up, don't beat yourself up. Growth is not a linear journey. It's a series of ups and downs, successes and setbacks. What matters is not that you stumbled, but that you have the courage to get back up. Each time you do, you're strengthening your resolve, your discipline, your commitment to your new habits. Now, talk about the power of routine. A solid routine can serve as a framework for your habits. It gives your day structure, a rhythm that makes it easier to incorporate new habits and discard old ones. Think of it as scaffolding for your life. As you build new habits, this scaffolding supports you, guiding you upwards towards your goals. And as you work on building these habits, be patient with yourself. Habits are not formed overnight. They require time, repetition, and persistence. But the rewards are worth the effort. Imagine waking up one day and realizing that the habits you once struggled with are now second nature. That's a sign of true personal growth. Embrace the power of habits. Let's recognize them as the tools they are. Tools that can build us up or tear us down. Let's choose our habits wisely, cultivate them with care, and watch as they transform our lives one day at a time. So, as we wrap up this part of our discussion, hold on to the thought that your habits are shaping your future right now. The choices you make, the routines you follow, they're writing the story of your life. Let's write a story of success, of growth, of becoming the best version of ourselves. With the right habits, there's no limit to what we can achieve. Let's continue to build those habits step by step, day by day, until they lead us to the life we've always dreamed of. As we navigate the landscape of habit formation and personal growth, we inevitably encounter challenges. It's as if life tests our new habits, our newfound discipline, at every turn. But here's a perspective I'd like us to consider. What if, instead of viewing challenges as obstacles, we see them as opportunities? Opportunities to grow, to learn, to become even stronger. You see, challenges are a natural part of life. They're like the weights in a gym. Without lifting them, we cannot grow stronger. When we face a challenge, we're presented with a choice. To retreat in fear or... Each time we choose to face a challenge head-on, we're not just overcoming that particular obstacle. We're building resilience, we're honing our problem-solving skills, we're stretching the boundaries of our capabilities. Think about some of the greatest achievements in history, in science, in art, in business. Were they born out of comfort and ease? No. They were born out of challenge, out of the need to solve a problem, to overcome a hurdle. It's in the crucible of challenge that greatness is forged. But how do we turn challenges into opportunities? It starts with mindset. A challenge viewed through the lens of fear and doubt is a barrier. The same challenge, viewed through the lens of growth and learning, becomes an opportunity. It's about asking, what can I learn from this? How can this make me better? Let me share a secret with you. The most successful people are not those who never face challenges. They are the ones who face them, learn from them, and use them as stepping stones to higher ground. They understand that on the other side of every challenge lies an opportunity to advance, to improve, to emerge stronger and wiser. Now, I won't sugarcoat it. Facing challenges head-on is not easy. It requires courage, determination, and the willingness to step out of your comfort zone. But remember, the greatest growth often happens right at the edge of our comfort zones. When you push yourself beyond what you thought was possible, that's where you find not just success, but fulfillment as well. Another key to turning challenges into opportunities is adaptability. In a world that's constantly changing, the ability to adapt is invaluable. When faced with a challenge, ask yourself, how can I approach this differently? What new strategies can I employ? Flexibility in thought and action allows you to navigate challenges more effectively, turning what seemed like roadblocks into stepping stones. It's also important to embrace support. No one achieves greatness alone. When faced with challenges, lean on your network. Mentors, colleagues, friends, their wisdom, experience, and encouragement can be the catalyst you need to transform challenges into victories. And not forget the power of reflection. After facing a challenge, take a moment to reflect. What worked? What didn't? What did you learn? Reflection turns experience into insight, and insight is the key to turning future challenges into opportunities. As we move forward, let's carry this understanding. With that, challenges are not just hurdles to be cleared, but opportunities to be embraced. They are the crucibles in which our greatest selves are forged. Every challenge you overcome carves a little more of the masterpiece that is your life. Remember, diamonds are formed under pressure, and so are the strongest aspects of our character. So approach challenges with a sense of anticipation, not trepidation. Let's look at them as questions waiting to be answered, puzzles waiting to be solved. And as we solve them, let's celebrate the growth they bring. Let's acknowledge our progress and use it to fuel our journey forward. Challenges are an inevitable part of life, but how we respond to them defines our journey. They can be roadblocks or they can be stepping stones. The choice is ours. Choose to see them as opportunities to demonstrate our resilience, our adaptability. With this mindset, there is no challenge too great, no obstacle too daunting. Together, let's embrace our challenges, transform them into opportunities, and in doing so, transform ourselves. As we stand at the threshold of this new beginning, let's embrace the essence of what we've discussed. It's not just about the words spoken or the ideas shared, but about the actions we take from here. This is your moment, a moment for action, for stepping boldly into the life you've envisioned. It's about taking everything we've learned and putting it into practice. Your journey, unique and full of potential, is waiting for you. It's a path that only you can walk, but you don't walk it alone. Think of the lessons we've shared as companions on this journey, guiding you, supporting you. The power of self-discipline, the mastery over procrastination and laziness, the strength of positive habits, and the ability to transform challenges into opportunities. These are your tools, your allies. What step can you take today, however small, that will move you closer to your goals? It might be setting a new goal, making a plan, or simply deciding to break free from old patterns. Whatever it is, the important thing is to start. Take that step with confidence and conviction. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Keep your eyes on the horizon. Your dreams, your aspirations, they are not just fanciful hopes. They are destinations waiting to be reached. And every step you take, no matter how small, is a step closer to those destinations. Embrace the journey with all its twists and turns. Each step, each challenge, each triumph is shaping you into the person you are meant to be. It's in the doing, the striving, the overcoming that we truly grow. So embrace the process, embrace the journey, and most importantly, Embrace the growth that comes with it. Celebrate your victories, learn from your setbacks, and always keep your eyes fixed on your goals.